Hello, and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Thursday, September 19th edition of our video devotionals. We appreciate you being with us today, and I pray that everything's going well with you and you're having a good day. We're going to be in Isaiah 45:11 today. Our theme this week has been that of asking God, and we're going to look at another aspect of that today. And so we do appreciate all our interactions. There's folks who request prayer. Notice those if you will, and pray for people as you can. And then also, I'm going to ask you to pray for Christy. Has a medical procedure tomorrow. It's not what we would call serious in nature or anything, but it is a medical procedure. I'm going to ask you to pray for her, if you will, my wife Christy, and she and I both would greatly appreciate that. Okay. All right. So here's a little background to this verse I'm getting ready to read. I went to Bible college. I was called to preach in March of 1989. Then I decided, and me and my wife decided, that we were going to go to Bible college. Her dad had actually attended this college himself and graduated, came to the area. This is how I kind of got to know my wife and her family before I ever knew them at all. And of course, before we were engaged to be married and then married. But the point is, this Bible college, I decided I was going to attend there also. So we came back in March and made decisions to sell our home and get ready to head off to Bible college. And the plans was to go in the fall semester, which would have been September. Well, that didn't work out. Our house didn't sell, I think, until about October. So we went the winter semester, or maybe they called it the spring semester, but that began the 1st of January. So that's where I started Bible college. And within this Bible college life, there was some classes, of course, that as a pastor that I was taking. Well, one of these was a class on prayer. And I think it may have involved more than just one book, but I know one of the books was, we took the book that Dr. Jack Hyles had written on prayer, and we would go through that, and that was kind of part of the class. It could also may have involved some other books, like John R. Rice had a book for years that sold, many people were familiar with this because it was one of those books that in its day was one of the only books on prayer, prayer, asking, and receiving. So I remember one of the verses that they highlighted. I had never thought of it as a verse of prayer, maybe just wasn't familiar to me. But I remember there was a phrase at the very end of this verse we're going to look at that I thought was quite unique. And so we're going to look at this verse today. So notice Isaiah 45:11. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, the Holy One of Israel and his Maker, ask me of things to come concerning my sons and concerning the work of my hands, command ye me." All right, two things here first off. One is, he says, ask me of things concerning my sons and concerning the work of my hands. So putting those things together, God's saying, when it comes to you, my child, and the children of God, and concerning the work that involves you, and concerning the work of God, I want you to ask me of those things. These are some of the things in which, when we ask God, ask me of those things, all right? So we understand that. We've kind of talked about that. I tell our church, hey, what is it that God wants you to do within his work, and what is it that he wants you to do within the work of our church right here, our church? Our church is Woodlawn Baptist Church. We're located in High Point, North Carolina. So that means we are a local church in this area right here. We can pray for other ministries around our local area or around the region. There's pastors that I pray for that's outside of our area, outside of our state, and I pray for them. But our work that we do with our hands and our voice and our feet and our ministry is right here. So I say, ask God what he wants you to do and what he wants you to do concerning the work here in our church. So you understand that that's something we all should do wherever you're at. But here's these last three words that I think is kind of amazing here. He says, in light of all that I just said there, he said, command ye me. And I thought about, man, how do I come to God and command him to do anything? Well, he said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to command me. I want you to ask and command me concerning what it is that involves you and your work, and concerning the work of God. What is it? Think about Joshua when he asked God, God, will you let the sun stand still so that I can do your work and whip up on your enemies and use us to do it? He asked God, he says, I'm asking you to let the sun to stand still. And God did that. So it was because he was involved in the work of God and loved God and wanted to succeed for God. And that's why God said, command ye me in that vein and along that line. And that's what God wants us to do. So think about that today when you go to God and ask him, God, what is it that I can do? What is it that you want me to do? What is it what is your will for me and your work? What is it? And command God to show you those things and ask you those things. That's what he says, command ye me. So think about that today as you're doing, I know living life, I get it, but concerning the work of God and concerning you, his child, do that today if you will. All right? Well, Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a safe day, healthy day, and a great day in general. And we'll see you tomorrow, Friday, last day of the work week and school week. Once again, thank you for watching.